So, permit me to say that seduction and deception are two sides of the same coin. Is it a surprise to you when you wake up to the realization one morning that for most people around you and most systems you find yourself operating in are ruled under the principles of seduction, or rather, deception? From advertisement to entertainment to music to film, in every aspect of society, our ways of doing business is structured on falsehood, to be blunt, lies, including our banking systems, by the way. We still don't know the vault where the gold backing up our fiat money is being kept, but still, that paper runs our lives. So are our modes of operating when it comes to dating and relationships, where sex and money are the currencies of exchange for this trade. The deception of this trade is that regardless of how much moral rules we break, by either being adulterers or fornicators, we have a hanging promise of love in the end. A generation of love for sale, I guess. So we need to give the product the right packaging on the outside, even though it might be dangerous or even poisonous on the inside. But through the power of seduction, we can have access to the wheel and can control the desires of other people, mankind in general, keeping them chasing after that which either is fleeting or does not exist. So in a world of seduction, again, deception becomes the language of the day. The truth becomes rare. Authentic people and relationships become more scarce. Because the conditioning to be drawn to what is either not there or not to question what is standing there is amplified. So lust is placed above love. The chase of fleeting pleasures replaces true joy and peace. The immoral is justified. The moral is nullified. And at the end of the day, the truth is simplified and broken, mixed with little lies to make it sweet for our ears, to make it easier for our tongues to eat. Hence, we deceive and we are ourselves deceitful. So, I went down to look at the word deception. Well, no, not deception, seduction. It comes from a Latin word, seducere. I think that's how they should call it, but it's SDUCERE, which means to lead away, from se, which is apart, and ducere, to lead, which means to lead away. Our eyes, our ears, our nose, our tongues, our skins, all our senses are vulnerable to seduction because they are the doors to pleasures, to the pleasure centers of our body, the quickest access to our will. I think is the reason why the Bible talks about cutting off every part of your body that would lead you to sin. So, I dug down through the Merriam-Webster's dictionary for the word to seduce. Because when you understand the meaning of certain things, especially in a world where we have books like The Art of Seduction, and when you read the book The Art of Seduction, it makes seduction, it describes to you the fact that seduction has become our mode of operation. It has become the way to which we can get our needs met, the way to which we can actually survive in the world. It has become the survival method of the world. So it won't surprise you to see that in industries there's the casting couch thing going on. There's there's still that exchange of something for something. Like people are not just giving, people are not just loving. I mean, there must be something they are getting out of it. It becomes a trade. So the meaning I saw for the word seduce was meant to persuade to disobedience or disloyalty. The second meaning I saw was to lead astray, usually by persuasion or false promises. The third was to carry out the physical seduction of or to entice sexual intercourse. The fourth is to attract, right? Now, is there anything wrong with attraction? No. Beauty is something that God created all mankind with. Beauty is something that we all carry, whether within or without. God created everything, He made it beautiful. So when you look at anything God creates, it's supposed to attract you. But you see, the difference between the attraction that comes with what God gives and the perversion that has entered into such attraction, right, to make it seduction, is the fact that it leads you to disobedience. And who are we supposed to be obedient to? Our lives are supposed to be in obedience to God, right? Cool. So these are the synonyms that I saw, that synonyms, like words that are relatives to seduction or seduce. It means one of them is allure, the other is bait, the other is beguile, betray, decoy, entice, lead on, lure, solicit, tempt. And these are words that they have a negative connotation when you call them, because something about them goes against the will of a man. The will of a man to do right. Our moral consciousness, our conscience, something in our conscience doesn't agree with anything that baits us. That's where the deception comes in. So when you check the word lure, entice in Vigo, I'll go and check that, please. It's Inveigle. That's if I pronounced it well. Decoy, tempt, seduce. They all mean to lead astray from one's true cause. I think that man is in the pursuit of love. One of the true causes of man is to operate in love in everything that we do, with our families, with our friends. To love and be loved is something that I believe we all desire. But in a world where we're put in a place where we're put in a place of compromise, love becomes tainted in itself. It's no longer love. I think at that point we're operating in lust. So if you check what to lure means, it means drawing into danger. It implies drawing into danger, evil, or difficulty through attracting and deceiving. Now, these are sister words to seduce. To lure, right? To entice, it suggests drawing by artful or adroit means. Does that sound like the media to you? Fashion, right? Then inveigle implies enticing by cajoling or flattering. I think I remember a scripture that talks about being careful with one who flatters with his tongue. I hope I'm not wrong. I will have to go and check that. But it talks about people who flatter a lot. I think it should be in Proverbs. I don't know. Right? But you see, flattery is a deceiving act. right? I think another word for flattery is called being nice. I tell people most times that niceness and kindness are two different things. Niceness for me most times is motivated by by it's like an act or a persona you put when you want to get something. So you're nice. You're nice usually at the expense of the truth. So the decoy implies luring into an entrapment by artifice. You put something that looks like it's there. They think that, oh, you think you're seeing food, but it's actually to distract you from what you should actually be seeing. And maybe there's like a lion behind where they kept the food. So the food was the decoy, right? It was meant to distract you, to tempt. And that is where like it got really deep for me. Because like it implies the presenting of an attraction so strong. That's what to tempt means. So strong that it overcomes the restraints of conscience or better judgment. So anything that restrains your conscience and um, it impairs your better judgment, that's temptation. And it has become the way to which we operate. In a world where we are having uh, gender wars, right? It's because somehow love has become so for sale, right? Because the we've broken so much rules of morality, so much so that we've moved from just sinful disobedience of just being immoral to being depraved. So you see people negotiating on what depraved sexual acts they should do or how naked can we go. Nakedness is no longer even the issue right now. So we've made things like modesty look like things that are mundane. So a modest woman is almost looked at as someone who is too conservative or religious, and religious is even seen as a bad thing. So you talk to you go on dates. There's the pressure of the lady to know how much she can expose, right? And there's the part of the man that is also expecting that, you know, he's going to get something at the end of the day. So I buy you food, you get me sex. So the truth is not even in a equation. We have already the way we come representing a lie. And somehow we're comfortable with it because it exempts us from responsibility when something goes bad. When something goes bad, we can quickly say, she seduced me, or he did this, or he took advantage of me, or it's just, it helps us with the excuses. And unless we let God purify us, the Spirit of God guide us, and unless we separate ourselves from the thought patterns that have their foundations on seductions, and when I say foundations on seduction now, I'm talking about unless we separate ourselves from any we put to death the things of the flesh, which controls what we see, what we feel, our pleasure gates, where people can easily sway us. We are going to be part of this whole system without knowing. Is the reason why I think I hate, is the reason why for me I hate poverty, because poverty is that which enables this system. In a system where people can work and get the dividends of their work and get paid, in a system that empowers its people, I don't think people will be pressured to go through that, will be manipulated into becoming objects of seduction or deception. I don't think so. I think seduction and deception right now has become a mode of survival. It's the reason why the prostitute is on the road. It's the reason why we compromise our standards when we're given roles. It's the reason why everything is almost sexualized. It's that reason. Somehow, when you look at the background of it, there is the part where people just want to survive. They want to eat. They want to have a roof over their heads. They want to have a conducive environment to live in. They want to be appreciated. Think about it. And ask God to give you a way out of this. To open your mind, to clear you, to come and be the rock for which you stand, so that you will not be swayed by this. Where love for you will be authentic, where love will not be motivated by survival, but it will be true for you, where all you seek in this life you will acquire, not at the expense of your conscience anyway. Still upholding to the principles of truth. So have a great day.